ஸோ இன்றைக்கி இந்த புக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப ஒரு இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்காக நான் பார்க்க வேண்டி வந்துச்சு. வேல்யூஸ் கீ டு மீனிங்ஃபுல் லைஃப் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு யாருன்னா சென்னை ராமகிருஷ்ண மடம் பப்ளிஷ் பண்ணியிருக்கிறாங்க. கீ டு மீனிங்ஃபுல் லைஃப் அப்படின்னு நிறைய பீப்புள் ஹேவ் கான்ட்ரிபியூட்டட், நிறைய பேர் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. ஜஸ்ட் இந்த சம்மரியில் கொஞ்சம் பேரோட லிஸ்ட்டு காமிச்சிருக்காங்க. ஸோ இதில் வந்து நம்ம பார்க்க முடியுது நிறைய பேர் கான்ட்ரிபியூட் பண்ணிகிட்ருக்குறாங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. இது எப்படின்னா 1996 பப்ளிஷ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. ஆக்சுவலி வேதாந்த கேசரியிலேருந்து இந்த புக்ஸ் நிறைய ஆர்டிகல்ஸு. ஸோ இதில் ரொம்ப இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கான ஒரு இம்பார்ட்டண்ட் ஆர்டிக்கல் என்ன அப்படின்னா, வேல்யூஸ் யோகா அண்ட் ரியாலிட்டி, சுவாமி பஜனானந்தா எழுதியிருக்கிறாரு. அதில் வந்து ரொம்ப இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங், மோர் தேன் த இன்க்ரீஸ் இன் இம்மோராலிட்டி, it is the elimination of the notion of guilt from modern man's mind that Alan Bloom finds profoundly disturbing. A drastic change in modern man's concept of morality is now taking place. A form of behavior or lifestyle which had till now been regarded as an aberration or perversion is now accepted as normal and moral. For instance, thousands of men and women in Western countries cohabit without compulsion of marriage and without any compunction. According to Barbara Duffer Whitehead of the Institute for American Values, there has been a shift in the social metric. At some point in the 1970s, the Americans changed their minds about such disruptive behavior as divorce and unwed motherhood. What had once been regarded as hostile to children's best interests was now considered as essential to adults' happiness, says Miss Whitehead. ஸோ இதில் ரொம்ப ஃபைனலி டிஃபைன் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க ஆஃப்டர் வெரி லாங் இன்க்ளூஷன்ஸ். Combining all the three characteristics of values, we may now give a comprehensive definition. Values are the higher normative needs of humanity which individuals experience as inner moral or aesthetic imperatives or goal seeking. So in this context, it is worth quoting what Swami Vivekananda said in one of his lectures on Raja Yoga. We hear be good and be good and be good, taught over the world. There is hardly a child born in any country in the world who has not been told, do not steal, do not tell a lie. But nobody tells the child how he can help doing them. Talking will not help him. Only when we teach him to control his mind do we really help him. In order to attain value fulfillment, we have to confront the reality that it represents. This calls for self-discipline in the form of self-control, self-knowledge, and inward concentration. This kind of self-discipline in due course brings about transformation of one's consciousness, which is what yoga means. Yoga is thus the connecting link between values and reality. Yoga transforms value experience into mystic experience. Yoga gives us the power to go beyond values and realize the reality which they symbolize. Without yoga, values remain mere dreams of poets and preachers. Unfortunately, there is much misunderstanding about yoga in the East as well as in the West. For many people, yoga means nothing more than some postural exercises. But true yoga is an inner discipline for the transformation of consciousness through self-knowledge, self-control, and self-directed activity. So the concluding page of Swami Bhajanananda's on values, yoga, reality என்ன சொல்லுது அப்படின்னா, in his book The Religion of India, Weber raised the question why India, in spite of having an advanced culture and wealth, failed to develop a technological civilization, and he held the Hindu religion responsible for the failure. Swami Vivekananda, however, showed that religion was not at fault. The degradation of India took place not because of religion, but because the life giving spiritual principles of religion had not been properly applied into in practical life. Swamiji saw that India's spiritual culture was the repository of eternal values, which could help to rejuvenate not only India but the whole world. This does not, however, mean Swamiji believed that everything was right with India. The word ethos had not become popular during his time, but he never overlooked the fact that individual temperament and social attitudes of the people of India were defective in several respects, and he never hesitated to apply the corrective wherever necessary. Modern India is a bundle of contradictions, but if we keep in mind the distinction between values and ethos of the people, it becomes possible for us to see the contradiction in the right perspective. So,